Hello everyone, this is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of Cruel and Beautiful, Eye of the Dragon, Rabbit Hole, and King Dio. With the recent confirmation that Nintendo is indeed updating Nintendo Switch Online, the Super Nintendo app, with new releases, we've seen once more a bizarre backlash among the community. Why is Nintendo focusing so much on these obscure games? Where are the cult classic games that everybody's asking for? Where is Earthbound? Where's Mother 3? Where's Earthbound? Where's Super Mario RPG? Where's the Game Boy games? Where's the N64 games? Where is the value, right? Where is the stuff that, like, why are we paying $20 a year, $20 a year for this? And the answer is, once again, these people are bitching about nothing. There's quite a lot of things to talk about here. Keep in mind, Nintendo Switch Online, $20 a year. You get this complete collection of NES and Super Nintendo classics absolutely free. Like, all this stuff that's already on there, stuff like Kirby's Adventure, stuff like Pilot Wings, I believe all three of the original Zelda games, Kid Icarus, Super Metroid, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World. Like, anyone who's watched my streams knows how much time I've put into these apps, right? Like, I believe, like, my Super Nintendo app alone is, like, over 100 hours. It's, like, I believe it's still my second my most played game before just under Breath of the Wild. And I think another couple of major updates, and I'm going to far surpass it. Because, I love Super Nintendo games. I love playing, like, interesting, different games. Ones that I never played before, right? There's actually, someone who's like spent so much time on that service. I can tell you that there are a lot of games that I have not put a lot of time into. There are, of course, like games like Zelda 2, which I've been meaning to beat for years. There are games like Demon's Crest and Breath of Fire 2. I think there are a number of beat 'em ups I haven't tried. Like, there's a whole lot of stuff, good stuff on there that I haven't really had the chance to experience with, or really never even really give a chance to in a lot of cases. Kirby's Dream Land 3 I needed to get through, like Kirby Superstar. Like, there are a lot of games I've technically not finished on the service. What this means, since someone like me has put so much time into these apps, into these applications, into these games, it's kind of obvious to me that the people bitching and complaining about Nintendo Switch Online haven't really spent a lot of time on them. Because when you get right down to it, like, if you're a fan of Earthbound, if you're a fan of, like, Super Mario RPG, you would be playing the RPGs that are already on the service. Like, there are already, like, two Breath of Fire games that are both pretty sizable in length. I want to say, like, it took me, like 15 hours to get through Breath of Fire 1. I'm not sure how long Breath of Fire 2 is. Like, they're pretty lengthy RPGs, though. Well, lengthy by Super Nintendo standards, anyway. You have all these other games. Like, you have all this other stuff to check out. Like, it becomes this thing where I don't believe these people would actually be happy with anything, because we saw this happen, like, early on. We've seen this happen several times over the lifespan of these systems, right? Is that you see, like, a game get announced, you see the service get announced, and then people say things like, where's the Super Nintendo games? Where's Donkey Kong Country? Where's this and where's that? And then when those things get released, nobody gives a shit. Nobody notices or cares. They just move on to the next thing. That's exactly what we're seeing here. We're seeing a stubborn bunch of consumers, or people who aren't even consumers, desperately trying to pretend that this service, which is the best online service, with far surpassing Xbox Game Pass, considering, like, the sheer scope of, like, high quality content that's on there already, that is going to stay on there forever, by the way. All this vast array of, like, high quality 10 out of 10 content that you can choose from, mixed in with, like, some obscure gems that, like, most people haven't played before. This is an absolute treat for any serious gamer. And seeing people say that, like, oh yeah, Earthbound's not on there. Earthbound and Super Mario RPG both got released on the Super Nintendo Mini, a console that was readily available for quite a long time. and those games were available on the Wii and on the Wii U and on the 3DS. If you haven't played those games already, like, why haven't you? Like, it becomes this thing of seeing people bitch about like not being able to play their favorite games all the fucking time. It just comes off like, why don't you have them already? They've been readily available for years on a myriad of other platforms. Not only just the original hardware, but consoles you can get and pick them up on right now. Like, I've been playing Castlevania Aria of Sorrow on my Wii U. That's not available on Switch yet. Like, that's a game that's like still only available on Switch legally speaking. Like, it just boggles the mind seeing how much people will whine and complain about nothing. Like, personally, I'm kind of interested in seeing just how these games hold up. Nintendo Switch Online has been kind of an interesting experience for me because, like, it's giving exposure to a bunch of Super Nintendo games that otherwise would not have gotten all that much notoriety or attention. Like, truly obscure games, stuff that like no one is talking about. I don't think I've seen like SNES drunk videos on any of these games. Like, I'm curious if like any of them hold up, and I think there have been a handful that have games that I had never heard of before. But the list grows. Like, there's nothing wrong with these old games. Like, this is just the reality of what consoles were like back then. There were just a lot of games like this that aren't necessarily top of the line, best ever, right? Like, these are just obscure games on Super Nintendo, and seeing them released on modern hardware, on a subscription service, is not a bad thing. It's an interesting piece of history that should be honored and respected.